Hello and good Friday evening, everybody. It's a finally Friday and it's November the 14th, and you're watching 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. And my name is right there, Chris Allen, in case you don't know. And if you'd like to become a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. I had many of some new people that watched last night, and when I asked them to subscribe on my YouTube channel, they did it. And you did it perfectly too. So thank you for that. I need all the help that I can get. I'm trying to reach a new plateau of a number of people that are subscribers. It's free, by the way. And I want to reiterate that subscribing to my channel, oops, I always forget about these things that are in the way here. But anyway, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that's what it looks like on YouTube. And it's free. It's not going to cost you anything. I, for a time, was going to offer some extra content for a small price, but I decided against that and decided that if you would like to, just kind of support me, then for $1.99 a month, if you'd like to do that, then go ahead. And many of you have done that. But as far as charging you for content, I'm not going to do that. I've decided it's a bad idea. Everything that I have here is for free. And that's my YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber, don't think that I'm going to hit you up for money, because I'm not. I've decided not to do that. Everything I have here is free, thanks to our sponsor, R&R Controls, and to many of you that support 270 Weather. So there you go. I just wanted to, bring that back up just in case, but that's what it looks like. And now I'll put the ticker back down at the bottom, because that ticker, which is also sponsored by R&R Controls, has a little preview of what's to come in the forecast. You can read it down there as I'm just blabbing on here. But yeah, it's been a good Friday. It's been very nice, and it's been warm, and it's been breezy. It's not been a bad day at all. It's been one of those days in which you think, wow, we started out the week with snow and temperatures. Well, Monday morning, wasn't it? No, Tuesday morning, I think, we're in the teens in some cases. It was either Monday or Tuesday. But anyway, so it's like we go from that to what we had today and what we're going to have tomorrow. It is going to be, it's going to be crazy how we're going to go from just the very cold that we had at the beginning of the week to what we had today and what we're going to have tomorrow. So, anyway, so there's that. All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff here. That's the subscription, but actually the subscription stuff's already there. Let me go. I hit the wrong buttons. Okay, now we're going to go back. Oh, it's a Friday, folks, and it's like the week is over, and I'm just trying to hit the right buttons as we proceed on. Now, high, look at that. 75 today was the high temperature here at the Bowling Green Airport, and that is 15 degrees warmer than the normal high temperature of 60. 15 degrees warmer than normal. And we may hit that again tomorrow, or maybe even a few degrees warmer than that, the way it looks. And we started with a low of 36 this morning. And of course, no rainfall past 24 hours. Let's go and show you the radar, satellite, and the current weather picture. And what we're seeing is a very pleasant evening. You can see also there's a warm front right there. That's what that red line is. And a warm front that's coming in that is actually going to establish a very mild, some would even say for this time of the year, warm overnight low. We're only going to drop into the mid 50s tonight. And there's still a bit of a breeze out there. The winds are still somewhat breezy. In fact, let me take a look. Let's see the winds. Okay, let's take a look. There they are. Anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And now that that warm front is coming through, the winds will stay a little breezy at times overnight. You can see it's breezier back here into parts of Missouri, the Boot Hill, and parts of Arkansas, West Tennessee, Western Kentucky. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, it's going to be a very pleasant evening. I mean, there's still Friday night football going on at local high schools. Then tomorrow, we've got Western's final home football game at the Houch. Kickoff is at 2:30. And I think it's going to be a fine day. It's going to be warm. It's going to be breezy. It's going to be really nice. So we've got that to look forward to. Now, I know that many of you are already thinking about Thanksgiving because as of yesterday, we're now 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. And some of you into next week are already having plans to travel someplace for Thanksgiving. Well, there's been a lot of stuff that's been all over social media about what it's going to do on Thanksgiving. There's one outfit in particular, or person, I guess. They don't even go by their real name, but they've been posting things that, oh, it's going to be so cold and it's going to snow. And then I've got another one that I saw today that's, oh, it's going to be severe weather for Thanksgiving. Well, let me show you something. Now you can see me. Okay. I had to do that so you could see and hear me because somebody said, "Where'd you go?" Okay. I had, this is a new scene, so I had to make it where you could see and hear me. But anyway, what I was saying was this is the long range GFS forecast. Global forecast system is what it means. It's a long range forecast. This is the 27th Thanksgiving Day. And what it shows is everybody above that purple 32-degree line. That's 32 degrees Fahrenheit or freezing. That's the freezing line. Everything north of that purple line is cold, very cold. Now, once you get south of that line, as you can see in parts of Illinois, Indiana, that blue, that's 40-degree temperatures. Even further south into Kentucky, you start to see 40s into 50s with some of that green. And then as the green starts to turn more yellow, that's 50s into 60s. And it keeps going. You know, further south toward the Gulf, we're talking about 70s for Thanksgiving Day. Really, this is not showing anything that would indicate to me very cold and snowy or even severe weather. It's going to be your pretty typical Thanksgiving Day for us here in the 270, which is temperatures in the 40s, maybe 50s. There might be some rain from what I've seen, but nothing that screams that we're going to have this big storm like is all over social media right now. And we get these yahoos that get out there and they try to, armchair forecast and put out these big colorful maps with the big letters and the big arrows pointing, oh, look at this. And really, things are going to be more normal than you might think or that they would lead you to believe. So I wanted to show you this because things are not as they have been painted or not as they seem in some cases. This is really a more typical Thanksgiving Day for us than anything else. But these people that are just getting all over your feeds and trying to show you that, oh, you need to be aware that it's either going to come a big, big storm of some kind that's going to be cold, extra cold and stormy, or extra warm and stormy with severe weather. They're just going to the extremes. Usually what we have is somewhere in the middle, which is what you're seeing right there. And that's probably most likely what's going to happen. So there you go. Now, if you're headed north or headed west, yeah, it's going to be cold. If you're headed south or east, most likely it's going to be warm for Thanksgiving Day. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. But again, I know why they do it. It's so they can get attention, the clicks, likes, and shares. And it works because some people are gullible and they fall for it. All right. But we're smarter than the average bear, right? As Yogi used to say. Boo boo. All right, let's check out the Kentucky Mesonet numbers here at 7:23 on your Friday evening. And we've got temperatures now in the very comfortable 50s. I really don't think we're going to drop off that much tonight. With those southerly winds at about 10 to 15, I think these numbers will stay close to where they are right now. There are some 60s that may fall into the 50s, but as far as it being chilly tonight, I don't think that's going to happen. Last night's low was 36. We're not even going to be close to that. It's going to stay mild or warm overnight. Looking good. Here are the high temperatures today, and look at those beautiful mid 70s. And we're going to do it again tomorrow. And in some cases, it may even be a few degrees warmer than that. We started out this morning. It's hard to believe, I know. We started out very chilly this morning in the 30s and the 40s, and then we ended up in the mid 70s this afternoon. Winds, right now, there you go. They're out of the south, and they're going to start to pick up later in the night as a weak boundary slips through. I don't think we'll see any rain from that, and we'll have another one come through tomorrow. That one is going to actually bring us some chillier air, not cold, but chillier air, cooler air for Sunday. How high did the winds get today? 15 to 20 to 25 miles per hour out of the south. They've relaxed a little right now, but they'll pick back up, I think, later on. All right, let's look ahead the next 7-day precipitation forecast. And this area that was kind of more into western Kentucky and southern Illinois last night has slid a little further south and west, but there's still a big target over southeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and much of Arkansas. That is where they could see anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of rain in those bright yellows there. Now, once you start to get into the reds and the dark reds, we're talking about 2 to 3. Now, for us, it has really backed off from where it was yesterday and even this morning. This morning, I was showing some rainfall amounts of 2 to 4 inches, especially back into western Kentucky. Well, that has come down now to maybe 1 to 3, maybe in some spots in far western Kentucky. But for us, in much of the 270, over the next 7 days, we're looking at 1.25 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches. So it has come down, but I think that's just because of the model runs. The model runs today have come in trending a little drier. But I can tell you that the forecast is calling for day after day of rain. And I'm thinking that this map may go back to showing more rain than this as we get into next week. Nothing that's going to be too heavy or cause flooding or anything like that, but I think it's going to rain more than what they're showing here. Tomorrow we'll tell the story. We'll get a new update tomorrow and we'll see what it shows. Okay, on to the maps. There's your warm front that I just showed you on radar a few minutes ago. As it comes through tonight, it's going to keep the southwesterly winds, a little breezy, but it's going to keep us warm in the 50s tonight. It's not going to get any colder than the 50s. So if you're, by now you're out at football games, it should feel pretty good. Now, in the morning, early, about midnight, that warm front starts to fall apart a little bit. And we got a nice looking morning tomorrow, 6 a.m. with sunshine. But then late in the day, we'll begin to see this next system coming in. Here's midday, noon tomorrow. Pretty quiet, sunny, breezy. We're talking about mid 70s. There will be some locations, maybe upper 70s. But here comes our next couple of fronts. This one, as you can see, shows it kind of falling apart as it moves in, but there will be a little bit of moisture. Now, I am not confident and I'm not convinced that it will actually rain here in the Bowling Green, Southern Kentucky area. The reason why I say that is because, yes, dew points go up tomorrow ahead of that front, and they do get close to 60 degree dew points. And with that, you would normally say, yeah, with that, you would get some rain. But I'm not convinced it's going to do all that much. There might be a few raindrops or sprinkles around this time tomorrow evening, but it's not going to be much. Whatever falls to the ground will not be much. And then by Sunday morning, it's gone, and there's your front out east of us. Now, what it is going to do, that front will bring us cooler air for Sunday. We're going to go from mid 70s tomorrow to low 60s on Sunday. And the winds will shift from the northwest, which means it's going to get cooler. It's not going to get cold. It's just going to get cooler. It's a reset. That front will put us back to where we're supposed to be for temperatures this time of the year, which are the 60s. So here's Sunday night, quiet, dry. Here's Monday morning with high pressure over the area. Here comes the next system and a series of systems that's going to come through next week. Monday will start dry, but then rain will begin to move in by Monday night. And here we go, one wave after another. This one will start with a warm front Monday night into Tuesday morning. And because of that warm front, you get elevated activity, and that means we could have some rumbles of thunder, say Monday night into early Tuesday morning. I don't foresee any severe weather, at least here. I don't think that we're going to see that. But we're going to get wave on wave of rain. As you see here, this is Tuesday into Wednesday. Look at all the coverage of rain for a lot of people. Then we go Thursday, another warm front, another elevation, another maybe rumble of thunder with that elevated front, that warm front. And then Thursday into Friday, still raining. And here comes another cold front, but notice behind it, it keeps raining. I've got rain every single day next week. That doesn't mean it's going to continually rain all day, every day, but every day has a chance of rain in it next week. Let's take a look at the blender, the model blender. And we are looking at mid 70s tomorrow, maybe even warmer than that. And then after that, there's your front bringing that cool down for Sunday. So we go from 75, 76, maybe 77 tomorrow to 62. Wow, that's a big drop. But 62 is where we should be for this time of the year as far as a high temperature. And notice it only gets as cold as 33 by early Monday morning. Then we go 59, 60, maybe Monday. It's Monday night into Tuesday. We begin to get the rain. And as you can see, all week long next week, upper 60s to low 70s. And then by the end of next week, next weekend, we start to find some cooler air in the 50s. But that's not even taking us all the way to Thanksgiving Day. It gets us into the beginning of Thanksgiving week. So we're still a ways out. But again, I go back to the map that I showed you, this one, with the possibility of us staying on the milder, warmer side of things for Thanksgiving Day. You got to keep in mind, this is still 13 days, well, not counting today, 12 days from now. From tomorrow out to Thanksgiving Day, 12 days. So a lot can change within 12 days, but this map represents a pretty typical Thanksgiving Day here in the Mid-South region. Warm to the south, cold to the north. So I just wouldn't get so caught up in some of the fringe people out there that are trying to scare you half to death with, oh, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be storming everywhere, half the nation. And they try to say, paint it as millions and millions of people are going to be in the freezer, or millions and millions are going to be under severe storms. for Thanksgiving Day. Why not just enjoy Thanksgiving Day like the good old days when you didn't worry about this kind of crap? I mean, I'll let you know if you need to worry about it. In the meantime, don't worry about it. It's 12 days from now, and we shouldn't be thinking about it. I do want you to think about, though, uh, with the winter time coming on, are you ready for the time that not only your heating and cooling could go out, but your power? Are you set with a generator? Well, you say, Chris, I can't afford one. Well, you can. You need to talk to R&R Controls because they can fix you up with one of those right there, one of those generators that is built into your home, built into your office, built into your business, from a small home to a large industry. They have them all sizes to fit your needs. And yes, there are ways to finance those. Generac is the number one name in generators, and R&R Controls, they are authorized by Generac, sales, service, installation. They take care of all of that, including financing. Financing through Synchrony Bank. That's a hard word to say. Synchrony Bank. They can set you up with financing so that those of you who are like, I can't get a generator. Christmas is coming on. I got too much stuff to buy and I can't. Holidays are here. I got to spend money on holidays. What if you invested in one of these generators, but yet R&R Controls shows you how to do it to pay a little at a time, and you still have the comfort and the safety of knowing satisfaction that if a storm does knock out your power, that will kick in within seconds and keep you running. Especially if you're a business owner, you need to contact R&R Controls 270-777-2024, and they can set you up. Just tell them you would like to look at getting a Generac generator. 270-777-2024. And by the way, Barry Connolly today told me that they've got jobs now that they're doing in Ohio and I think Tennessee and some other places, other states. People are watching this podcast or hearing about what R&R Controls can do and their reputation for the past 40 years, heating, cooling, and generator, ventilation, the whole thing, automation, the word's getting around. And so people from other states are calling R&R and having them come out and do their heating, cooling, ventilation, automation, and Generac generators. So R&R Controls, great people. You need to call them. All right. That'll do it for this Friday night. The weekend is here. I think you're going to be fine. It's going to stay warm and breezy tonight, really warm and breezy tomorrow. Then the cooler air comes in on Sunday. Monday starts the process of rain every day next week. It's going to rain. God bless you. Thank you for watching 270 Weather. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You know, if you see it there in your feed, just click that. It's free. I'm not going to charge you for it. Thank you. God bless you. And have a great evening.